Hi everyone! This class is going to be on backbends. So I know that a few of you I think messaged me about making a class for that and improving your backbends. If you have blocks and a strap, grab them. If not, you can use a towel instead of a strap, or even like a t-shirt with long sleeves. And if you don't have blocks, you can either use pillows or like a stack of books or something like that. We're not going to use them, too much throughout the whole class, but if you do have them, grab them. And let's get started. So starting at the top of your mat, we're just going to warm up here. So when you're ready, we're going to extend the left leg back, high crescent lunge, maybe a little bit of a side stretch here. So left arm up and over, the shoulders coming up as well towards the ear. You heard me right, towards the ear, no away. Make sure you're not collapsing inwards, but you're sort of spiraling the chest up onto the ceiling. Good. And step forward. Other side, right leg back, high crescent lunge. And you can always do side stretch here. Good. A few more. I'm going to face you. Left leg back, high crescent lunge. Press back with the back heel and side stretch here. So you should be feeling a nice stretch along the left side of the body. Another leg. Focus on breathing deeply. On this side, I feel a little bit more intense. Maybe your sides also feel different. One more time. Left leg back. And switch. Perfect, and back to center. So coming into triangle pose, we're going to start off with the right leg. So out to the side. So make sure that the back foot is in about 45 degrees. And then you want it heel to heel or heel to arch alignment with your feet. Now from here, you want to bump the left hip out to the side. Find some length. Move forward and then try to reach as low as feels comfortable for you. You can always stay up here. You can use your block as well for support, up to you. And the arm can be up like me or up and over. So up to you, whatever feels right. And then again, spiraling the chest up towards the ceiling. And deep breaths. Your feet should also be working very hard to maintain the balance. Awesome, slowly come all the way up. Let's do the same on the other side. So again, just have a little look at your legs, make sure your feet are in alignment, and then bump the right hip, find some length forward, and then try and see where it feels comfortable to grab hold of. An arm can go up or up and over. If this is quite hard on your neck to look up, you can just look down. Deep breaths. And slowly Come all the way up, back to center. Perfect. So from here, we're going to interlace the fingers and place the palms behind the head. So you're trying to get the elbows nice and wide, and then lean your head back a tiny bit. So we're not arching the lower back or anything like that, just leaning the head. So it should already feel like a little bit of a shoulder stretch. Deep breaths. Good. And now we're going to inhale, extend the back. And exhale, we're going to round in. Good. Inhale, extend. Now you can start arching it if you want a little bit. Exhale and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale and round. So making the movements a little bit bigger now. But still listening to your body. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good, holding a forward fold. Feel free to bend at the knees if you want. You can bend one knee and then the other. And then relax the head down, bend at the knees, slowly roll all the way up to standing. Perfect. So we're going to do a few more things standing up before we make it down onto the mat. Okay, so from the top of your mat, so this time, left leg is going to go back to a high lunge. And then from here, tap the left knee and come all the way up, straighten it. Okay, so tap, straighten, 2, 3, really press back with the back heel. 4, we'll do this for 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10, and hold. That quad should already feel quite warm. And hold. Awesome. So now bending the left knee, we're going to straighten the front one, and then imagine that you're also leaning back. I don't know what this pose is called, but you should be feeling the hip flexors here. Good, back to center. And then you can either come to a low lunge and stay here for a bit, or you can be in a low lunge but lift on the knee. So up to you, choose your variation, whatever feels good for your front and your back knee. Deep breaths. And relax. That was quite intense. Come back to standing. You can shake it all off. Roll the shoulders back. Nice. We're going to roll them forward after the set that we'll do on the right leg. So same thing, sending the right leg back. High crescent lunge. Tapping the back knee down for 10. So 1, 2, extend straight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and hold. Awesome. And then from here, either low crescent or low crescent with the knee hovering. Good, deep breaths. Good, and then I almost forgot the leaning back thing. So if we do that now, so bending the right knee, straightening the left as much as we can, and leaning back. Awesome. And step it forward, shake it off, roll the shoulders forward. Perfect. So now bring the shoulders up and down. Up and down. A few more. Last time. And neck goes left, center, right, center, left, right, left, right, left, right, and look left and right, left and right. A few more. Perfect. And down and up. A few times. Nice work in center. So now this time we're just going to really, I'll show you from the back, squeeze the elbows in and the shoulder blades. Just do the pumping movement. So you don't want to be arching here, but you really want to focus on the upper back, okay? So we're just warming up. I don't know why, but this one really just helps me warm the area around there. A few more. And hold. And now flip the palms up, and from here, engage the core. Nice straight line with your back. Just going to twist left, back to center, twist right. So I don't know if you can notice, I'm not twisting with my hips. I'm just twisting from the upper body and the core, okay? Left, inhale, exhale, center. Inhale, right, exhale, center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last time. Good, and relax. So we're going to make it down onto the mat. Feel free to have your props near you. So I'll have mine here. And then at least they're quite close so you can grab them. So we're going to come down to the mat, onto our backs. I hope you can see me. Awesome. So you can either be in a sphinx like me up here. If that is too much, you can be all the way down. You can have one palm on top of the other, and you can just rest your chin or your forehead. So we're going to lift and lower the right leg behind us for 8. And then we'll do the same with the left. So we're gonna start off with the right, wherever you are, lifting and lowering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's do that again for the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Awesome. So then if we come all the way down, we're going to swim this time. So I'm going to swim for 10, take a break, and then 10 again, okay? So again, feel free to either stay up here or come all the way down. For this one, I'm going to come all the way down. Just feels, I don't know, nicer. So then what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna kick the legs as if we're swimming. So when you're ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. We'll do this one more time. They're quite quick. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Home stretch. We're doing this for 30. When you're ready, you can maybe change position if you want to make it harder if you come upright. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And rest. Awesome work. Okay, last one here. You want your palms, you want them to be by your chest, squeezing the shoulder blades back. And now as you're here, sort of hovering, you want to hover the legs too. So you should be feeling the lower back and the upper back working. We squeeze the elbows in. See if you can lift the chest any higher. See if you can zip up your feet together. And we're breathing here and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Nice work. Okay, so now coming into baby cobra. So tops of the feet down, kneecaps lifted, palms up by your chest and your rib cage, shoulders back. Holding here and breathing. Come a little bit higher up to your cobra. So you can keep a micro bend in your arms if you'd like. Breathing here. And you can stay in stillness or you can introduce a movement. So I kind of like to shimmy and twist and turn. You can maybe try and gaze behind where your legs are. And slowly all the way down. Tuck the toes under. We're going to push back into a child's pose. Just taking a bit of a rest. Place the forehead down. And breathe. And slowly walk your palms towards your knees to come to kneeling. So for this exercise, because when we're doing back bends, we really want to also have the strength in the quads, because they're sort of helping us, like let's say camel, they're helping us with stability, also the same with wheel. We did sort of warm them up already and open the hip flexors a little bit. So we're gonna do this exercise and then move on. So from kneeling, if this is comfortable for you, we're just going to come forward, thrust. So here you're squeezing the glutes, hips are coming slightly forward, And then we're just going to lean as much as we can, come all the way forward. So it's really hard for me to breathe there, but you're trying to lean and keep your body straight. So I don't want to lean like this. I'm trying to keep my tailbone tucked under, engage the core, and lean a nice straight line. So in the beginning, you may not be able to go far, too far back, and that's fine. You can just lean slightly, just feel the quads burning, and come forward. Okay, so we'll do all of that for 10. When you're ready, thrust, squeeze the glutes, lean, back to center, another way down. That's 1. Squeeze, lean, 2. And I don't know if you noticed, but when you come forward, you're also engaging the hamstrings a little bit. Good. 3. 4. I know it's hard work. Squeeze, lean. 5. You're halfway. Squeeze. 6. Almost there. 7. 8. 2 more. 'Okay, let's do this. 9. Last one. And center and kneel. It's a burner. So take some time. Maybe roll the shoulders back and forward. Maybe do a neck roll. Okay, so if you feel warm enough, we're going to move on to camel. So feel free to take your modification. So from my camel, option 1, to have your toes tucked under. Have your palms with your fingers facing downwards, and you want them to be sort of where your pocket jeans are. So your lower back, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the elbows in, pop the chest forward and up, and you can stay here, or maybe moving the hips forward a little bit, and try to shift your gaze backwards, back bending here. So you can stay there, or you can try and work towards grabbing hold of the ankles, and maybe you can even untuck the feet on the mat. So do what feels good for you, okay? So whenever you're ready, we're going to move on to our camel. And then you can have your head facing forward, or you can relax the neck back. So the hips will be going slightly forward. And then you also want to puff up the chest towards the ceiling as much as possible. So you're not sort of like, dumping into your lower back. Deep breaths. Bit of engagement of your glutes. Last breath. And then slowly, we're going to make our way to kneeling. So we're just going to hold here, keeping your back straight for a moment. Perfect. Okay, so for the next one, you can use either just your strap or your strap and your blocks together. Up to you completely. I'm going to use one block and a strap. And this one really helps me open up the shoulders. So I'm going to put the block, in between my cuffs and my thighs. So I'm kneeling sort of on it. It's helping me with support. So the idea is, in a minute, so I'll show you the movement basically without the strap, and then we're gonna introduce the strap with us, okay? So I'm sitting on the block. It helps me with stability here. Imagine that I'm gonna have the strap underneath my feet, and I'm holding onto the ends of it with my hands. So I'm going to have a nice straight line with my back here. So as you can see, I'm not arching yet. And I'm holding on to the imaginary strap. So then shoulders will come up towards the ears. And you also want the elbow creases to be facing towards each other. So then from here, we're going to inhale and lift. And as we exhale, we're trying to really stretch out the shoulders, holding the strap, and we're arching the lower back. Puffing the chest forward. So you should really be feeling, like even here without the strap, I'm already feeling my upper back stretching out. And relax, back to center. So we're gonna do a few of those. If that is quite intense already, feel free to do that without a strap. If it's too hard to be kneeling, you can always do it standing up. So that's another option. You can always use 2 blocks. I used to do that as well. So just see what feels good. And then, just focus on the space between the shoulder blades, basically, okay? So you want to have your feet So you want this strap basically where your ankles are. Gonna have to readjust things. There we go. And then make sure the ends of the strap are even between your 2 shoulders. Perfect. So then we're going to focus again on having the nice flat back here. Engaging the lower abs a little bit. And then from here, inhale, try and extend the shoulders up and then back, okay? So inhale, up, then back, then arch the lower back. Try and keep the shoulders up towards your ears and the arms nice and straight. Really pull on the strap upwards. We're holding the shape. Deep breaths. Squeeze the shoulder blades back together. And slowly relax everything down. Nice straight back. So if that was quite intense already, you're going to do this one more time and hold. And if you want a little bit more, you can start to maybe release the neck back. So when you're ready, arms go up, inhale, up and back. Arch the lower back, good. And now really, again, think of stretching the upper back and now relax the neck back. Arms are straight. Deep breaths. And slowly back to center. take a break. We're going to do this one more time. So this time you can either try and go deeper, maybe even push the chest forward a little bit more. Or if you want, you can start working your way down the strap as well. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna grab hold of the strap a little bit lower. So last time, you guys do your best. So work with your breath, inhale up and back. Try and straighten the arms. Pull on the strap. And when you've had enough, release. Take a moment to breathe. And then you can just remove your strap and your block and just put them on the side for now. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to come up to the knees, and now we're going to extend the left leg out. So modify side plank. Right hand is going to come underneath the shoulder, and then you can have your left arm up and you can gaze towards your palm or down, up to you. Just breathe here for a little bit. Great. And now from here, we're going to lift and lower the left leg. So when you're ready, lift for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and hold. Awesome. And then from here, we're going to take a half bow. So I'll show you from the back. I hope you can see. Yep. So then from here, bend at the knee. Then you're trying to grab hold of the foot from the big toe side. So you can either stay here, or you can also try and extend, opening up the shoulder and the chest. Breathe. And slowly release. And you're back to kneeling. Awesome. Other side. So modify side plank. Right leg is out to the side. Arm comes up. Hold here for a bit. I find generally that side planks really help with my back bends. Good. Lifting and lowering the leg for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and hold. And now if you want, I'm gonna show you again. Half bow here, bend at the knee, grab hold of the big toe side, and opening the shoulder here. You might be feeling your hip flexors as well. And slowly release. And come back to kneeling. Awesome. And then from here, just a bit of a side stretch. So you can just shift the hips towards the left, stretching towards the right. come up, hips towards the right, stretching your right hand side. And back to center. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to get 2 blocks. If you have them, you don't need to. And then we're just gonna have them in front of us. So moving into a little bit more intense back bending. So if you're in a child's pose, you can just make any movement that feels good for you, like me. Shaking the hips from side to side. And back to center. And then from here, we're going to move forward. Slowly letting the hips sink. Coming into a high cobra with using the blocks. Only if that feels good for you. If not, just do them without the blocks. So again, you can do a bit of a shimmy, bend at the elbow, pushing the chest forward and up. Deep breaths. Good, and slowly go back to child's pose. Let's do that one again. From child's, come to your cobra. Hold and breathe. And back to child's. So this time we're gonna move a little bit quicker. So cobra. And back. And back bend. And exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's. Last time, inhale, cobra. And exhale, child's. So this time have your arms extended and your palms on the blocks. Open the knees a little bit out so you also get a bit of a hip stretch, and relax the forehead down onto the mat. So you should be feeling a little bit of a shoulder stretch as well here. Good, slowly come up. Then from here, coming to a puppy pose. If you want to use the blocks, so I'm gonna have them on a higher setting, but feel free to modify. So I'm gonna shuffle a little bit. So you want your hips to be on top of the knees. So arch the lower back there. Slowly sending the chest towards the mat and arms nice and straight here. Chin or forehead can be on the mat, and breathe. And slowly come all the way up. Nice work. Okay, putting the blocks aside for now. We're going to just do 3 sun salutations just to keep warm, and then move on to a few other things. So when you're ready, stand on top, stand on the front of the mat, feet together or apart, up to you. Inhale, palms together. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, flat back, look forward. And exhale all the way down. Slowly step it back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, come to your cobra or baby cobra, up to you. And exhale, child's. And then downward facing dog. Take a moment to breathe here. Good. And from here, we're going to shift towards a plank. So inhale into your plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Elbows come with you. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, child's or downward facing dog. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to your plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, child's or downward facing dog. Nice work. Come back to kneeling. Awesome. Okay, grabbing hold of a block. And now this is another exercise I really like doing. So I'll show you from this side and then from the front, and then we'll do it together. So you want the elbow creases to face towards each other. You're grabbing hold of the block from the sides. And now you want a nice straight back, so no arching. Again, you can do this standing up if you don't want to be kneeling. So you're trying to keep your arms nice and straight. So bring the block up overhead. Bring the shoulders towards the ears. Hold. And then see if you can bring the block a little bit back. Still keeping a nice straight back. Forward. And relax. So it's important to learn to be able to get the mobility of the shoulders with nice straight arms and without needing to compensate with your back. So that's basically what we're learning here. So I'll show you from the front. So straight arms, flat back, engage the lower abs. Slowly lifting the shoulder up. The block up, sorry. Lift the shoulders. And then see if you can maybe bring the block a little bit behind and slowly relax. Okay, we're gonna do 5 here. So you don't have to rush it, take your time. Do it nice and slow with awareness, okay? So let's do 5, straight arms. That's 1 for me. That's 2. 3. 4. It's harder than it looks. Last one. And 5. You can maybe relax the shoulders here for a moment and forward. Good, okay. So now your shoulders should also be feeling quite warm. We're going to move into bow pose, work on that. I'll give you some options. And then the last pose that we'll be doing will be bridge. So bridge or wheel. Okay, so option 1 for your bow, we're gonna come all the way down onto our bellies, bending the knees. So option 1, grab hold from the inside of the foot. So that really helps to open the shoulders, especially here. And you can lift up, so I'll show you that one. Grab hold from the inside or the ankles if you want to. And inhale and lift. Option 1. Option 2, grab hold of the ankles from the outside. And inhale, you can lift here. And relax for a moment. So in all your bow poses, you don't want your your knees and your feet to go out too wide. Oh, it's hard to breathe. Take a moment here. Awesome. So option 3, either work on your flip grip. So when you hold the foot like so, flip grip. Or you can also use a strap around the ankles. So imagine that I have my strap here, holding it with my hands, then I come up and I straighten my shoulders. So that's another one. I'm gonna give the shoulders a bit of a break, so I'm not gonna go for that. So what we're gonna do here, we'll do 2 sets of bows. So one will be one of the ones I showed you, then come down, take a break. And the second one, I'll show you now very quickly. We use a block or a pillow if you want, or you can have 2 blocks or 1 block and a pillow. Or nothing, right? Up to you. I can only give you suggestions and you can listen to your own body, okay? So I'm gonna place my block in front of me. And then I want to have that block basically, let me show you. So you don't want it right where your pubic area is, but you want it a little bit higher up, like here. If that makes sense. So a little bit where your hip bones are. So placing the block there. And then from here, you can have your one arm down to sort of help you. Bend at the knees. And you can either grab hold from the outsides here and work on opening. So you might be feeling, somewhat strange in the beginning if it's your first time working on it. But you should also be feeling your hip flexors opening up even more. So you can work on here or flipping the grip. So that way, up, flip your grip, okay? So, 2 bows, feel free to do them both on the mat, you don't need a block. If you want a block or, you know, a pillow, go for it. So one will be either inside grip or outside grip, or flip grip if you want, or using the strap, up to you. Second one, either of those options again, or doing this variation with a block. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm gonna do the inside grip to start off with. When we're ready, setting up, coming all the way up. Try to breathe. Once you've had enough, take a break in between. Catch your breath. And then when you're ready, moving on to your second bow. So I'm gonna have the block. And now here, the grip for me will be from the outside. And once you've had enough from both, take a nice child's pose. Awesome. So moving on to our bridge. If you're not very familiar with wheel, you can stay with your bridge. So feet about hips width distance. You want to be able to graze towards your heels with your fingers by your sides. Lifting the hips up. Engaging the glutes, staying here. You can also interlace the fingers, clasp the palms underneath you, and then work on bringing the shoulders closer in together and making a little bit more of a back bend. So you can work on your bridge if you want. You can also grab your blocks. You can make it a passive one if you want here. Or you can have your block where your shoulder blades are and open up there. If you have a wheel in your practice, you can go all the way up to a wheel, and you can hold here. If that is quite too much, I'll show you what I'm going to be working with. So options here will be similar to what I gave you before for the bow. Option 1, you can stay with a bridge, whichever variation, or go onto your wheel on the mat. Option 2, wheel with the blocks. So your hands being on the blocks, it just really helps to, alleviate pressure from the shoulders. So it's a little bit easier to lift up. I'll show you that now. So you want your blocks by your ears basically. Then your elbows are facing towards the ceiling, and I'm just gonna push and lift my hips up. And then I can be here, so it really helps to lift up even more. If you're worried about your blocks sliding, I would sort of put them against the wall. And you can stay here and breathe. And the other option would be to have your blocks where your feet are instead. So putting them there, I hope you can see it. All the way down. And then from here, again, same thing. I'm just worried I'm gonna grab hold of my hair. And lifting up. So with this variation, you're higher up, so your shoulders are opening a little bit more, but you don't need to push your hips up too much. And come back down. Okay, so let's see what we got. Either work on different variations of bridge, or a bridge and a wheel, quite traditionally, or you can do one wheel with blocks where your hands are, one wheel with blocks where your feet are. Okay, so if you also have more time, you can do a bit of everything. You can pause the video and try it all. Okay, so no problem at all. So I'm gonna stick with my blocks. So let's get going. So I'm gonna do one with the blocks where my hands are, and then one with the blocks where my feet are. Wherever you are, breathe. And in time, you want to be able to push your chest through the arms. Once you've had enough, take a break. And then slowly move on to your second variation. So I'm gonna have my blocks on my feet, palms by my ears. And lifting and breathing here. And slowly relaxing down. So, if you've done all your variations, we're going to start cooling down now. So you want your feet on the mat, hips width distance. You can have your palms on your stomach. Take a moment here. Breathe deeply, filling up the belly with air. So not just breathing into the chest, but breathing into the belly. last time. Awesome. Slowly moving the knees from side to side. And back to center. So widen the stance with your feet and let the knees fold in. I love the way this one feels. Good. And then feet back to center, hips with distance. Figure 4 here. And if you can, grab hold of the right thigh. So that also helps to bring the back on the mat. You can also extend the leg up if you want. And to the side. You can also stay here if you want, by the way. Or here, or extend. And now we're gonna have both legs straight up. Flex and point the feet. And now we're going to come up and try and touch our toes. So keep at it with the crunches. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, bend at the knees. So now with your palms, push your knees, but then also with your knees, push in. So you're sort of not moving, if that makes sense. Keep the lower back on the mat. You should be feeling your core here. And relax, hug the knees in. Maybe roll from side to side. And now we're going to roll forward and back. And the last one will take you up to seat. And we're just gonna take a nice fold, so you can also round your back if you want. It doesn't have to be perfect fold. You can also bend at the knees, make it softer. What I like to do sometimes is have the block and relax my head onto it. So however you prefer. And slowly come up. Perfect. So then feel free to take any sort of twist you might want, either seated, maybe something like this, or reclined before your savasana, anything you might feel like you want to do. But make sure that you rest, you take a savasana for about 5 to 10 minutes, just to sort of calm the body down, fill in the back with oxygen as well. But I will leave you here. I hope that you liked my class and all my drills for backbending. Please let me know in the comments below. I would love to see your feedback. And I hope I see you on the mat again. Thanks so much. Namaste.